Let's take a look at the accessibility features within a Google Doc. I want to draw your attention to prompting students to label their document so they can easily find it, as well as if you click on the folder here, you can choose which folder to save it into. So starting to get students used to creating folders, saving the document within ELA folders or math folders so that there's easy organization. Oftentimes we see students not getting into this habit with Google Classrooms that are already set up, or they're just going into Google Docs and just going to their most recent document that is showing up. The next thing I want to pull your attention to is looking at your tools. When we're working on written expression with many students, we don't want the spell check to kind of distract them. Some students will stop and pause what they're writing just to go and fix the spelling errors because it is highlighted. Within Google, you can toggle those off, going to spelling and grammar, and then you can see these are not checked off, show spelling suggestions and grammar suggestions. So it's an easy thing for students to be able to go back and toggle on, and then it will highlight that after they've gotten all of their thoughts out. I want to bring you back to the tools, and we're going to go towards voice typing. This is how you access the speech to text or dictation within Google Docs. It is floating on the left side, and once you click on it, it will start to pick up your speech. You can prompt students to include punctuation in their writing period, and the dictation will add that into the sentence period. You just click on the red microphone and it will stop your recording so students can practice putting in a sentence or phrase at a time if helpful. Again, to get to that dictation mic, it's under Tools and Voice Typing. The next piece that I wanted to bring you over to is under the Accessibility dropdown. You're able to do Speak Selection, where you would highlight the text and then just go to Speak Selection, and it would read that text out loud. Depending on if you're using a MacBook, it might prompt you to do voiceover, which I find somewhat confusing for some of our students, or you may need to download an extension within Chrome to be able to access that. Some other workarounds for speech to text is using the Google extension Read and Write. That's that purple puzzle piece. And so Read and Write, you can sign up for a trial period. Once that trial period is over, you will still have access to your text-to-speech support, but you won't have access to the word prediction, the dictionary, and all of those other features. I find that students can easily use this tool. It floats above or just below the Google toolbar, and it's a simple highlight your text.
Start to pick up your speech. You can prompt students to include punctuation in their writing, and the dictation will add that into the sentence. You just click on the red mic.
So it highlights the text. You can, under your settings here, if you right click on it, you can adjust the speed and the voice of that speech to text. Not too much adjustments allowed within there because it is a free trial, but I really like that it provides the highlighting within the text. The second workaround recommendation would be Read Aloud extension.
Start to pick up your speech. You can prompt students to include punctuation in their writing, and the dictation will add that into the sentence. You just click on the red mic.
And so what this does is it will take your text that's highlighted, and then you push the play button, and it will read it out loud, and you can pause it. It does not have word highlighting, and it takes the text and puts it into this new window. I prefer for most of our students, if able, to have the Read and Write toolbar to be able to get that selection there. If the student is using their phone or an iPad, they can use the Speak Selection setting, which works just like this, where you highlight it and then right click and hit Speak, and it will speak what the text is, and it's a consistent strategy throughout. But those are the two kind of workarounds, unless it is a student who required access to word prediction and text-to-speech within CoWriter, you have access to that tool. The next piece that I wanted to bring your attention to was inserting comments. And so you have the shortcut here in your toolbar, or under Insert, you can go to Comments. When you add a comment, you can specify a certain person by putting @ and then typing in their name, so that it's going to be assigned to them and they're going to see it. You will get an email, or they will get an email notification of this, and you might give support, and then once you hit comment, it's going to notify them. You're able to do more of that virtual prompts and suggestions for expansion. You can also do track changes, but this provides more of a prompt and allows the student to have the ownership for making those corrections. The last part that I wanted to show you within Google Docs is the use of Equasio, which is this app with this blue diamond. This application, you can download a trial and you can edit math and insert math. To do this, you click on the toolbar. This is the handwriting recognition piece. So if I wanted to write 1/2 plus 2 3/4 equals, it is going to put it in there, and I can hit Insert, and it's going to insert it as an image, but so that you can see it in there. So teachers can use this tool to make their worksheets, but students can also use it to put in theirs. It also has the speech to text input. So if I click this, I could say 3¼ divided by 2. And it would insert that math. So if I clicked the button to start, 4.5 plus 2 divided by 23. And it would insert that math. You can also do formulas, graphing. So this is a free application which allows you to do more writing. It allows speech to text as well as handwriting recognition and inserting graphs. And that is a free Google extension. So we talked about the speech to text. We talked about adjusting the spelling sentence. We talked about accessibility with speak selection if you have the appropriate Chrome extensions or VoiceOver on your computer, as well as the workarounds of using read and write trial period with the text-to-speech or read out loud text-to-speech feedback, as well as using our comments to give more specific feedback or prompts for expansion.